I think the Conservatives have a good shot at it, but I also think Carney also has a great shot.
Why do you think so?
They both have a lot of good points, you know. So
I think Mark Carneal's gonna win.
Why do you think so?
Yeah, I believe like he's doing more than anything else. Like carbon tax, he took it out, right?
I think the Liberals are going to win. Mark Carney.
Why do you think Macron is going to win?
I think I would like to see Mr. Carney win. I think he has the experience and the background to deal with someone like Donald Trump.
Do you have any idea who you think is going to win?
No, anything.
Anything goes for you?
With less than a week to go until Election Day, new Ipsos polling done exclusively for Global News shows the gap between the Liberals and Conservatives is narrowing. The Conservatives now sitting at 38% nationally. The Liberals, though, still hold a 3-point lead over the Tories. The NDP has 12% of the vote, while the Bloc sits at 5% and the Greens at 2%. In terms of who Canadians believe would make the best Prime Minister, 41% chose Mark Carney, while 36% chose Pierre Poilievre. Jagmeet Singh coming in at a distant third with 11%. When it comes to debate performance, Canadians were more inclined to say Poilievre outperformed expectations compared to Mark Carney, with 25% indicating the Conservative leader exceeded expectations, while 21% believe he fell short. Conversely, 21% believe Mark Carney underperformed, compared to 14% who felt he surpassed expectations.
Hello guys, welcome back to another exciting video. In today's video, I'm in Brampton. I want to ask Canadians, who do they think would win the next elections? Next week, on the 28th of April, is election day. Let's go out there and ask Canadians who deserve to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. Hello, my name is Albert. What's your name?
Dilshan,
Doshan, where are you from?
originally from Sri Lanka.
Okay, so how has it been in Canada for you?
It's okay. I came as a permanent resident and I became citizen now.
Oh wow, congrats.
Thank you.
So which of Pierre's policies do you think is going to make him win?
I don't know so much what the policy is.
Okay, so what about the Liberals do you think will not make them win?
Because I think everybody was kind of upset at everything that Trudeau did, so now they're not going to vote for the Liberals. I know they have a new leader, but still the Liberals really messed up, right?
But this election is not about Trudeau and Pierre, it's about Carney and Pierre.
I know, but still, I feel like they're going to try placing their bets on the Conservatives now.
That's what you feel?
That's what I feel.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
I don't know too much though.
Okay, sure. All right, so it's about next week's election, 28th next week, yeah? And so I want to know from you, who do you think wins the elections and why?
Well, for me personally, I go on our day-to-day, whatever, like how things are expensive, our cost of living, housing, day-to-day life is what exactly people like me are looking. We are blue-collar workers. We are not the high-income earners in this country. Yeah. So with all the U.S. tariffs going on right now, I think anybody who can help people like us survive in this country, my vote will go for them.
Okay. So do you want to mention it? That who you...
I have not yet thought I'm a floating voter yet.
Okay.
So there is time yet to decide.
Okay. But who do you think have the chance?
Well, I think the polls say the Liberals.
The Liberals?
But the opposition is also, I think, very strong in certain parts. Okay. So it's, I think, a very...
It's dicey for you.
Yeah.
So you're going to make the decision next week?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
What's your name?
Sandra,
Sandra, where are you from?
I live in Orangeville.
Okay, so how long have you been in Canada?
I was born here. I was born in Montreal.
Okay. So how's it been over the years?
Very well.
Okay.
Very well.
So next week's election, and we're going around to ask Canadians who they think would win elections and then why.
I think I would like to see Mr. Carney win. I think he has the experience and the background to deal with someone like Donald Trump.
What's your experience living in Canada with all these tariffs and with all these restrictions from the US?
It makes me angry. I'm disappointed. It makes me feel bad because we had such a great relationship with our American friends, and I know we've always been the mouse sleeping next to the elephant. Yeah. However, I felt that they were kind to us and that they didn't take advantage of us and that they appreciated our friendship and our cooperation with them. We fought the war together on the same side. I don't know. I'm shocked
Yeah. But why do you think Kanye is the one to make the difference?
because he helped. He helped a lot in Great Britain during Brexit. So he has experience dealing with financial situations such as the one we currently face with the tariff war. I don't know. I feel more confident in his expertise than I do in Mr. Poilievre's expertise in that regard.
All right. So kudos to the Liberals. Yeah. So any message for the Liberals ahead of the elections?
Vote Liberal. Put Mr. Carney in there in a majority. That's what we need. We need a strong leader to fight that Mr. Trump.
What's your name? Okay.
My name is Sam,
Okay. Where are you from?
India,
Okay. How long have you been here?
7 years already.
Okay. Sure. So it's about elections next week. I want to know from you, who do you think wins the elections next week?
Probably Pierre.
Why do you think it's Pierre?
He's standing up and he always stands for what he says. So I think so. He will win.
You win. What are some of the policies you think is going to make Canadians vote for him?
He's reducing the immigration right now, but we think that he might increase it later on. But right now he thinks that it's good if he reduces it. That's the things.
All right. Sure. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay. So how long have you been here in Canada?
For 1 year.
1 year. All right. So elections is next week. Do you have any idea who you think is going to win?
No. Anything. Not
Anything
problem.
goes for you? Anything. Okay. Okay. What's your name?
Naren,
How long have you been in Canada?
since I was born.
Okay. Sure. So how has been your experience in Canada?
It's been good. I've been pretty normal. I feel like just kind of going to school, coming back, going to college, doing everything. So nothing too special, but nothing too tragic or anything. It's been good.
Next week is elections, right? I want to know from you, who do you think is going to win?
I think the Liberals are going to win. Mark Carney.
Why do you think Macron is going to win?
Because I think that a lot of what Poilievre's campaign was based around was around the carbon tax and around everything like that. And then when Carney actually came into power, he kind of threw all of that away, and it felt like a lot of Poilievre's momentum kind of stopped. And then it felt like he didn't do himself any favors either when it felt like he was trying to endear himself to Trump. So I think between all of that, he kind of made himself fall off and kind of made it so that Carney would stay ahead again.
All right. So going into the elections next week, what message do you have for Canadians?
I think that change won't happen unless we make radical change, but it's going to take a lot to do that, and I don't think we can do that coming up in a week. So I think as long as we can make it past this week, then we can start pushing towards actual change and start moving from there.
But what do you make? What do you make of the current tariffs and then restrictions from the U.S.?
Oh, tariff! Oh, it's going to hurt the U.S. big time because the U.S. is, in a multipolar world. You're not unipolar world anymore. Just like, for example, bullying Africa, well, not Africa, but in particular Burkina Faso. I follow what's going on over there, and those days are over. Of course, I'm somewhat concerned about the betrayal over there. But of course, it's like, you have China over here, you have Russia, you have Turkey, you have all these different players. So the U.S. is not. I think Trump is living in the 50s during the Cold War era, including Biden as well, back in his time. So yeah, I think you have to just get with it. And you're just you may be the dominant military force. Your GDP might be $25 trillion. China is 17, but I think with time, China is going to,
So between Carney and Pierre, who do you think can fight?
You mean this guy here? What's his name again?
Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, Poilievre. Yeah, we think can fight. Well, I've heard much from Pierre. You know what I mean? At first, he was leading because it was Trudeau, but now you have a new guy. I have a feeling it's Carney might be the guy. I don't know about Poilievre. What's his name? Pronounce his name there.
Yeah, Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, Pierre Poilievre. Yeah, I don't know about. He hasn't said much. He hasn't said much. Now you have Stephen Harper, kind of speaking on his behalf, which I think is a kiss of death, really. So yeah, for me, I think I don't know much about the guy. Yeah. But he's an economist, a banker. He understands markets. He understands, trade issues. And it's about bread and butter issues, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not about style anymore. It's just roll up your sleeve and get the job done, man. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, well, I think he might be the guy. Okay. For me personally, they're all the same.
Manic.
Manik, how long have you been here in Canada?
28 years.
28 years. Wow. I mean, next week's elections, right? So you're aware. So who is going to win the next elections? And why?
I don't know who's going to win it, but I hope my party wins it.
What's your party?
Oh, well, I voted for Conservative.
Oh, okay. So Pierre?
Pierre.
Okay. All right. Sure. Any reason?
Just want some change.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacob,
Jacob, how long have you been in Canada?
my whole life.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Where were you born?
Brampton.
Brampton. Okay. Is it Bramptonian?
Bramptarian, yes, sir.
Bramptonian. All
Yeah.
right. Sure. So it's about elections next week, right?
Yeah.
Between Paulier and then Carney, the two main candidates, who do you think is going to win and why?
I think the Conservatives have a good shot at it, but I also think Carney also has a great shot.
Why do you think so?
They both have a lot of good points, you know. So
But it's going to be one. So like, who do you think?
it'll be close. I'm guessing Liberals will stay in.
Or why do you think Liberals are saying?
Just a hunch.
You sure about that?
I have no idea, man. What do you think?
Okay. I'm just doing the interviews.
Hi, my name is Ria.
What's your name?
Pranav.
All right. So elections is next week, right? We're going around asking Canadians and residents of Canada who do you think would win the next election. So who do you think?
I think Mark Carney is gonna win.
Why do you think so?
Yeah, I believe like he's doing more than anything else. Like carbon tax, he took it out, right?
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of citizens they were like hustling through the gas and everything. And then I believe that even the team is good. So it's just that I know, like, understand that Trudeau didn't work out, but I believe that Mark Carney can like take over it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any opposing view?
No, same.
Mark Carney?
Yeah.
All right, Keisha, thank you. All right, so as you can see, Hanson Bay is closing, and that is how we close for today. We went around asking Canadians who they want to win the next elections. So the decision is yours. If you're watching me, I don't have a vote, but you have a vote. So vote wisely, vote for the right leader. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.